Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Roy of Dragonfly Wellness, and this is the first part in a multi-part series called Meaningful May. So this series was inspired by the Hover Club's book that we read for April called The Snow Leopard by Peter Mathiasen. This is a lovely book. It is not one to be chewed through. This is one to be savored. It is one that teaches us truly that it's about the journey and not the destination. There is a lot of nature reference in this book, and it led us to a conversation asking why we often have deeper spiritual experiences in nature. Often remote, extreme kinds of places that challenge us on every level. What is this magical connection between nature and something bigger? Excuse me. So some of us might refer to that as a spiritual experience, as I said, or just a powerful experience, an inner experience, however you want to describe it. It often goes with nature. So as it is, we are heading into the official start of summer, coming up at the end of the month, I thought this would be a great time for us to talk about all the ways that we can deepen our spiritual practices, deepen our mindfulness practices in nature at a time of the year when we naturally spend more time outdoors. So this first part, I'm going to talk about forests, hiking, the woods, that scenery, that scene in nature. So if that resonates with you, stay tuned. This is a beautiful practice. It's a wonderful way to practice mindfulness, to hike in the woods. And I'm not, this is a broad spectrum, right? So it can be a simple stroll on a well-maintained, pretty easy, gentle path in nature, all the way up to pack in, pack out, deep woods camping, right? Whatever, wherever you land in the spectrum of enjoying walking in nature, hiking, however else you want to refer to it. That's what we're talking about, the forest, the woods. And the woods sometimes are found in mountainous regions, like in the Blue Ridge, right? So we bring all those beautiful elements together. And it can also, like we have forests here in Florida. It sounds surprising, but we do. And so any kind of forest, you can get that image in your head and all the wonderful things that go with being in the forest. And as we're walking, being mindful of each step that we take, the earth we walk on. When I went hiking last summer at Kripalu, over these old mountains that the Mohican Indians had lived and thrived on for hundreds of years, there's something very ancient and beautiful and reverent about walking in that forest, right, in the Berkshires there. And, if I'm walking on paths on the Blue Ridge or in those foothills somewhere, there are many, many, many hiking places near where I stay in the mountains for the summer. And each time I try to marvel over this land and stepping upon the land and then taking time to really take in what's around you, noticing the small miracles of, salamanders or other little creatures that live in the forest, chipmunks, spiders, whatever it might be, streams that run through. Thich Nhat Hanh will often describe a babbling brook as the streams are talking to us. They're chattering happily, right? Taking in the joy of the forest, just being the forest, right? Just existing in this, beautiful, clement weather that we happen to be walking in, hopefully, right? How nature doesn't resist what is. It's just being beautiful, being peaceful for beauty's sake, being beautiful for beauty's sake, being peaceful for peace's sake, for no other reason. And it's a wonderful time to put down the technology, or if you want to bring your phone for pictures, at least put it on airplane mode so you're not getting a million notifications out in the forest. It's amazing how far the satellites can reach us now. So just put it on to take some pictures, but then allow yourself to really be there. Drink in the sense, have a complete sensorial experience. Breathe in the sense that you smell. Take in the beautiful vistas with your eyes. Be keen to the small miracles. Listen to the sounds of the wildlife around you, the birds, or sometimes the hush of the forest. And allow yourself to really be there. We might not have a deep, profound experience every single time we step into the woods, but we can have some meaningful moments while we're there. We can have some mindful minutes while we're in the forest, pausing for just 1 minute and drinking in all of the forest around you just for a moment. Allow yourself to really be there, not thinking about something else, not planning what you're going to do when you leave the forest, but being right there. So there's your inspiration. That was also brought to you by an experience I had over the weekend, this past weekend, with a dear, dear, dear friend of mine, and how wonderful it is to just be in the woods. It's great. So I encourage you, if you like being in the woods, find some time this summer to go visit one of your favorite trails. And while you're there, allow yourself to really be there and take in the miracle of our existence. It's something we super take for granted, but we really need to be more aware of. All right, everybody, that's your inspiration for this first part of Meaningful May. There's more coming later this month, so stay tuned for that. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.